So, right now, if you're still having trouble waking up to this, essentially the problem is your psyche's being questioned before it's being considered. Essentially, all these things are happening to cause a emotional outburst, which is in significant question because of the nature of how over the top the sort of emotional association was, and a intention to trick into fear, leaving you in a position of weakness because it encourages their concern before my consideration. So, people have lied to you, and that was wrong. They have screwed up your psyche, and you can't really trust people anymore. And on top of that, you conjure up connections which sometimes leave you kind of pretty much either certain or almost certain it's interwoven into some other kind of larger, broader situation. And it's difficult. It's really difficult. You have fallen into a psychological pattern of, now that everything's been corrupted, now that truth and my environment aren't real, I basically PTSD stretch to explain my environment and find new understandings which grasp and grip, the things that concern me, out of my control and in my control. And, you're supposed to feel like it's all out of your control, sort of, but it's never really like that. So, you need to realize, even though this has driven you into a polar opposite sort of paranoia, focused on what you can find wrong in your environment, wanting to lash out, wanting to believe in the opposite, is not getting you anywhere. And it's not who the real you's gonna be when you find Miss Right. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, the insanity is just gonna disappear once you know you have someone that's seriously into you. And you have environmental situation where you can hold on to things because you have a consistent income, a place, a car, and life is, whether low or high, operational, essentially. So you need to keep focused on her in that operation, because once those things are complete, you're going to be in the same world you once were, just sort of maladjusted from the 13 years of extreme amounts of trauma, deception, displacement, and depressive loss from mania and failure in life. So deal with it, and don't forget, whether you're in Salisbury or getting to Salisbury, it's going to work if you stick with it. Just make sure you don't make reasons for anyone to threaten your conditions, even if they are part of a greater problem and conspiracy or some dumb shit. Just let it all roll off your shoulders and just presume no one's doing something non-scientific. They're all registering what they do and don't have evidence of, and thus you can stay sort of in peace with the fact that and you have nothing really to hide, except a bunch of emotional outbursts and maybe a couple embarrassing situations and thoughts. things I've said, but at the end of the day, you know, it just read a Tao poem, something. This is the best I can do to condense your feelings, your thoughts. Don't let it go beyond this, or you'll have a bad morning and you'll do something stupid.